Okay, so first thing we are going to learn about current electricity is what is current and current क्या होता है that you already studied in 10th standard or 9th standard. So current is charge upon time taken. That is a simple definition. If through an area some charge is passing per unit time, you can define the current as charge per unit time. So that is your definition of current. But now you are in 12th standard, so we are going to talk about current from a mathematical aspect. For example, like यहाँ पे you know that in time t, same amount of charge q is passing. So we call this a uniform current. Uniform current के लिए I is equal to q upon t लिख सकते हैं. This is uniform current. Charge का unit होता है coulomb and time का second. So we can write the unit of current as coulomb per second. अच्छा, suppose 10 coulomb charge pass हो रहा है हर second में. We can write that the current is 10 coulomb per second. That is ampere. Unit of charge is ampere. So 1 ampere is 1 coulomb per second. That is how we can write, how we can relate charge and current. But suppose charge का distribution non-uniform है or the flow of charge is not very uniform. In that case, what we take here is like this. Suppose through this wire at any cross section, dq amount of charge is passing through this cross section in dt time, or dq amount of charge is passing through this area of cross section in dt time. Then we can write I as dq by dt. So rate of change of charge with respect to time is current. That will be your definition. That will be a new definition, rate of change of current with time. Rate of change of charge with time. Okay, I'm taking an area of cross section because it is possible that some amount dq is passing through this cross sectional area, and during that there is some heat loss or energy loss from here at this cross section. Now charge की flow का direction, we write it as flow of positive charge. If suppose plus q charge is passing from this cross section in t time, or plus q1 charge is passing through this area in t time, you write the current here as q1 upon t. In the same way, if suppose negative charge is flowing, if suppose minus q1 charge is flowing in t time, so minus q1 की flow का direction is from left to right, but the direction of current, or let me write here q2, the direction of current will be from right to left. So here charge is flowing from left to right. So direction of current is also from left to right. But in this case, negative charge is flowing from left to right, but जो current का direction है, that is from right to left. So direction of current is the direction of flow of positive charge. Direction of current लिखना चाहते हो तो we can write it is the direction of flow of positive charge. Rishit, Apurva, turn on your cameras. Don't make me repeat. Direction of current is direction of flow of positive charge, and or we can write this as opposite to the direction of negative charge. Opposite to the direction of negative charge. Okay. So this is your I is equal to dq by dt definition. अगर mathematical way में लिखना चाहते हैं, so we can write this. This is equal to delta q by delta t, where limit delta t tends to 0. This is how we write in mathematical terms. Infinite charge flowing through a cross section in finite time, और time बहुत ही small कर दिया, then that will give you dq by dt. Okay. Note this term. Note this term. Charge का unit है coulomb, time का unit है second, so coulomb per second, that is 1 ampere. निहार फिर से गायब हो गया, गोलगप्पे खाने लगा फिर वीडियो ऑफ करके. Noted, na? Okay. Okay. A simple question. Suppose 1,000 electrons are going from east to west in 1 microsecond. Find current and its direction. Find current and its डायरेक्शन। सिंपल सा क्वेश्चन है, ध्यान से करना है, बहुत ही बेसिक चीज है। इलेक्ट्रॉन पे चार्ज याद ही होगा कितना होता है इलेक्ट्रॉन पे चार्ज, अपूर्व? चार्ज ऑन इलेक्ट्रॉन
1.6 या into 10 raised to -9.
-19 कूलम। या अच्छा, ये सबसे छोटा चार्ज है जो अवेलेबल है, इससे छोटा चार्ज पॉसिबल नहीं है नेचर में।
1.6 into 10 raised to 16 from west to east.
आंसर था ये।
हाँ
1.6 इंटू 10 रेज टू कितना आ रहे?
-16
-16। ओके, माइक्रो सेकेंड है यहाँ पे।
-10
-10। और किसी का कोई आंसर आ रहे? नुपुर कितना आंसर आ रहा है इसका? 1.6 इंटू 10 रेज टू माइनस
I got -9.
-9। अच्छा ठीक है, ऑप्शंस लिखते हैं फिर इसमें। पहला ऑप्शन है -16, दूसरा ऑप्शन है 10 रेज टू -10, फिर तीसरा ऑप्शन है 10 रेज टू -9। निहार कितना आंसर आ रहा है?
तो -7
ओके, वन मोर। अदिति, हाउ मच इज, कितना आंसर आ रहा है इसमें? 1.6 इंटू 10 रेज टू
-16.
-16। ओके, -16 वाला करेक्ट लग रहा है क्या, अगर ऐसे ऑडियंस पोल्स देखा जाए तो? ठीक है, कैलकुलेट करते हैं। ईस्ट से वेस्ट जा रहा है नेगेटिव चार्ज, तो डायरेक्शन तो क्लियर है, दैट डायरेक्शन इज फ्रॉम वेस्ट टू ईस्ट। करंट का डायरेक्शन इज फ्रॉम वेस्ट टू ईस्ट। और वैल्यू कैलकुलेट करो तो चार्ज पर यूनिट टाइम, एक इलेक्ट्रॉन पे चार्ज है 1.6 इंटू 10 रेज टू -19 और टोटल नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है 1000। तो चार्ज हो जाएगा 1000 ई, दैट इज 1000 ई, और टाइम टेकन इज गिवन। सो वैल्यू ऑफ E is given as 1.6 into 10 raised to -19 and time is 1 microsecond. Micro is 10 raised to -6. ठीक है, तो 10 raised to -6 ऊपर आएगा, सो 6 + 3 9, तो ये 1.6 into 10 raised to -10 कूलम होगा, कूलम पर सेकंड, दैट इज एम्पियर। सो आई थिंक ऋषित का आंसर करेक्ट है।
Yeah.
What did you say, Nihar?
Yes, sir.
Did you say anything?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ठीक है, कैलकुलेशन का ध्यान रखना है, यहाँ पे माइक्रो सेकंड लिखा हुआ था, माइक्रो इज 10 रेज टू -6। ठीक है, in the next question 1000 electrons are going from east to west and simultaneously 1000 protons are going from west to east in 1 nanosecond. Find current and its direction. Find current and its direction. नेट करंट बताना है, इलेक्ट्रॉन का करंट निकालना है, प्रोटॉन का करंट निकालना है और नेट करंट निकालना है। अज्यूम करना है दोनों कोलाइड नहीं कर रहे हैं, मॉडर्न फिजिक्स अभी नहीं पढ़ रहे, दोनों कोलिशन नहीं पढ़ेंगे। वैसे भी इलेक्ट्रॉन और प्रोटॉन बहुत छोटे होते हैं, 1000 लिया तो बहुत कम चांस होता है कि कोलाइड करें। टू गिव यू पर्सपेक्टिव, एटम अगर एक पूरा डिस्ट्रिक्ट के इक्वल है, सपोज इट इज इक्वल टू मुंबई सिटी, द होल मुंबई सिटी, then a proton will be equal to a football which will be placed at somewhere in the center. इतना छोटा होता है to compare. So protons और electrons का collision अगर ऐसे कराने का ट्राई करें तो बहुत कम चांस होता है। Aditi, what is the answer that you're getting? Apurav, how much?
3.2 into 10 raised to minus 7.
3.2 into 10 raised to minus 7. साइड में लिखते हैं, बाद में चेक करेंगे सही है कि नहीं। निश्चित कितना आ रहा है? सेम आ रहा है, ओके। निहार,
Yes, sir.
यस सर नहीं बोलना, गोलगप्पे खाते हो फिर
No,
आसान
sir.
सा
I
सवाल
mean, no, sir. Same.
सेम आ रहा है, ओके। नुपुर,
1.6 into 10 raised to minus 25.
25। अरे नेगेटिव पावर ऊपर जाता है तो पॉजिटिव हो जाता है, इसका ध्यान रखने। अदिति, व्हाट्स योर आंसर?
Sir, I couldn't do it.
अच्छा, सी यहाँ पे 1000 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आर गोइंग फ्रॉम ईस्ट टू वेस्ट, सो ड्यू टू इलेक्ट्रॉन्स current will be from west to east, call it I1. And due to protons are traveling from west to east, so direction of protons is direction of current. तो दोनों करंट का जो डायरेक्शन है वो सेम है, so we can just add them up, I1 plus I2. Okay, so I1 is 1000 electrons, so 1000 into E by time taken, और ये भी हो जाएगा 1000 प्रोटॉन। प्रोटॉन पे भी चार्ज उतना ही होता है जितना इलेक्ट्रॉन पे होता है मैग्नीट्यूड वाइज, so again 1000 E by T, so this will give you 2000 E by T. यहाँ तक क्लियर है अदिति?
Yes.
Okay, so बाकी कैलकुलेशन इज 2000 E by T आ जाएगा। 2000 E is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb upon time taken is 10 raised to minus 9, nanosecond is 10 raised to minus 9। ठीक है, 16 2 जा 32, यहाँ पे आ गया 10 raised to 3, सेपरेट कर लेते हैं, minus 19, और minus 9 ऊपर जाएगा तो plus 9, like this। ठीक है, इसको सेपरेट करके मैंने 10 raised to 3 लिख लिया था, 3 minus 19 plus 9। So this is coming as 10 raised to minus 10 plus 3, so 10 raised to minus 7 ampere। So find the current and direction of current. डायरेक्शन का ध्यान देना है, पहले I1 फाइंड आउट कर लेते हैं, I2 फाइंड आउट कर लेते हैं, दोनों का डायरेक्शन देख लेते हैं, एंड देन ऐड देम अप. One million is how much? 10 raised to how much? 1 million is
6.
6. Yeah. How much is the current due to electrons? Apurav? Current due to electrons?
That's 6.4 into 10 raised to minus 2 ampere.
अच्छा, वो नेट करंट की वैल्यू बता रहे हो क्या?
हाँ,
फ्रॉम साउथ टू नॉर्थ या नॉर्थ टू साउथ?
नॉर्थ टू साउथ.
नॉर्थ टू साउथ. ठीक है. सी निहार कितना आंसर आ रहा है? नेट करंट.
Sir, एक से नहीं है.
Okay, Nupur, what's your answer?
Sir, I'm doing this.
Okay, what is the current due to electron? Aditi, what is the current due to electron? See, we can write current due to electron like this. 10 to the power 6 electron है. एक इलेक्ट्रॉन पे चार्ज है 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 and 0.01 nanosecond है. So 0.01 into 10 raised to minus 9 second. Is this okay? इसमें कोई doubt? Is this clear? Not clear? Aditi, is this clear to you? ये कैसे लिख रहे हैं? Okay. So this will be 1.6 into 10 raised to 6 minus 19. ये ऊपर आएगा plus 9 और ये है 10 raised to minus 2. ये भी ऊपर आएगा तो plus 2. So this is 7, 9, 16, 1.6. 10 raised to -3 आएगा क्या? निश्चित 10 raised to -3 आ रहा है?
-2.
-2, correct. So this is 1.6 10 raised to -2 ampere. और जिसको लिख सकते हैं 16 माइक्रो एम्पियर, मिली एम्पियर, 16 मिली एम्पियर, 16 into 10 raised to -3 एम्पियर, तो 16 मिली एम्पियर लिख सकते हैं. दिस इज करंट ड्यू टू इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. और करंट ड्यू टू प्रोटॉन्स अगेन लिख सकते हैं 5 मिलियन इलेक्ट्रॉन, 5 मिलियन प्रोटॉन्स है, 5 मिलियन प्रोटॉन्स. सो 5 into 10 raised to 6. बाकी सारा कैलकुलेशन वही रहेगा, बस पूरा का पूरा 5 से मल्टीप्लाई हो रहा है. सो मैं फिर से कैलकुलेट नहीं करूंगा, आई विल जस्ट राइट कि हाँ 5 16 5 से 80 मिली एम्पियर. अच्छा, इलेक्ट्रॉन फ्लो कर रहे थे फ्रॉम नॉर्थ टू साउथ, तो करंट का डायरेक्शन इज फ्रॉम साउथ टू नॉर्थ. बट सेकंड केस में प्रोटॉन आर फ्लोइंग फ्रॉम नॉर्थ टू साउथ, सो दोनों का करंट का डायरेक्शन ऑपोजिट है. सो आई विल राइट द नेट करंट. नेट करंट इज I2 minus I1, I2 minus I1 from north to south. I2 minus I1 will be 64 milliampere. 64 milliampere. बहुत ही बेसिक क्वेश्चंस हैं. ठीक है. सो यहाँ पे जो हम कैलकुलेट कर रहे हैं, दिस इज कॉल्ड एवरेज चार्ज. ठीक है, कोई डाउट है किसी को? See, in online class you can just nod, no? That I can see everybody, you can just nod, and if not, then positive nod ऐसे बोलते हैं, negative nod ऐसे बोलते हैं. Everybody knows that. ठीक है. Okay, so इसके बाद we define average current. So average में हम डेल्टा यूज करते हैं हमेशा. एवरेज वेलोसिटी में डेल्टा x by डेल्टा t. एवरेज एक्सेलरेशन में डेल्टा v by डेल्टा t. So average current डिनोट करते हैं हम I in this brackets, that is written as delta q by delta t. और दूसरा हम लिखते हैं इंस्टैन्टेनियस करंट. इंस्टैन्टेनियस करंट. So instantaneous current is written like this: I is equal to dq by dt. I is equal to dq by dt. ठीक है, बेसिक फॉर्मूलाज है, याद रखना है सबको. डेल्टा मतलब चेंज, मींस यू कैन राइट इट लाइक दिस: q2 minus q1 upon t2 minus t1. सो डेल्टा का मतलब होता है फाइनाइट चेंज. फाइनाइट चेंज है ना. किसी क्रॉस सेक्शन से 10 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स जा रहे हैं फ्रॉम A to B, then you can write q2 is 10 and initially q1, so we can write it like this. किसी क्रॉस सेक्शन में पहले कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन्स थे, बाद में कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन्स थे, जितना बड़ा दैट इज योर चेंज इन चार्ज. सो डेल्टा मींस फाइनाइट चेंज, और डी क्यू मींस इनफाइनाइटेसिमल चेंज, बहुत ही छोटा स्मॉल चेंज. अच्छा, किसी को वेक्टर्स या डिफरेंशिएशन या डी क्यू बाई डी टी वेक्टर से प्रॉब्लम है, देन जस्ट इन्फॉर्म मी. पैरेलली 11th स्टैंडर्ड का आई एम टेकिंग मैथमेटिकल टूल्स वाला क्लास, so you can join them. Last time some students joined from here. So differentiation, integration, अगर इन सब में प्रॉब्लम है, then you can join that class, because 12th में बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होते हैं ये टॉपिक्स, बहुत जगह अप्लाई करते हैं. So इसके बेसिस पे हम will solve some question. Suppose charge is given as a function of time. Charge is given as a function of time. Where Q is in coulombs and T is in seconds. So charge as a function of time given, it is T square plus 2. T square plus 2. Q is in coulomb, time is in second. ठीक है. So first question is find average current from t is equal to 0 to 2 seconds. t is equal to 0 से लेकर 2 seconds तक एवरेज करंट फाइंड आउट करना है. 0 सेकंड पे करंट फाइंड आउट 0 सेकंड पे चार्ज फाइंड आउट करना है, फिर 2 सेकंड्स पे चार्ज फाइंड आउट करना है, एंड देन यू कैन फाइंड द एवरेज करंट डेल्टा क्यू बाय डेल्टा टी से. ओके, ये वाला फॉर्मूला यूज करना है, Q2 minus Q1 by T2 minus T. Charge at 2 minus charge at 0 divided by 2 minus 0. Nupur, what's the value?
Sir, I didn't get.
Acha. See, we are finding charge at Q2 minus Q1, matlab charge at 2 seconds minus charge at 0 seconds divided by time, that is T2 minus T1. Aditi, did you get the answer?
Sir, 2 ampere.
2 ampere. Okay. So charge at 2 seconds कितना आ रहा है Aditi?
Sir, 6 ampere.
6 ampere. So यहाँ पे Q at 2 निकालना है. You can just put with the value of 2 here. It will be 2 square plus 2, that will be 6. And then at 0, we'll just put 0 here, so that will be 2. Good. 6 minus 2 by 2. So this will give you 4 by 2, that is 2 ampere. Understood? Okay. So this was average current. Then write the next question. Find instantaneous current at t is equal to 3 seconds. Find instantaneous current at t is equal to 3 seconds. और पूरा dq by dt कितना आएगा यहाँ पे? डिफरेंशिएशन करना है, थोड़ा बहुत आता है डिफरेंशिएशन.
हाँ,
हाँ, पावर को आगे करते हैं, एक पावर कम कर देते हैं.
2t, बस 2t.
बस 2t. सो 2t. और अगर मुझे करंट फाइंड आउट करना है 3 सेकेंड्स में, आई विल जस्ट पुट द वैल्यू ऑफ t हियर, दैट विल बी 6 एम्पियर. ठीक है. Again, जिसको differentiation में problem है, I'll be sending you the link. The class will be probably on Monday. Yeah, for differentiation and vectors. बेसिक मैथमेटिक्स जो भी फिजिक्स के लिए रिक्वायर्ड है वी आर लर्निंग देयर. So even if you feel like हाँ वेक्टर में कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं है, डिफरेंशिएशन में कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं है, you can join that class. Okay, let us do one more. So first is find average current. Between time interval 0 to 3 seconds. Then you have to find instantaneous current. Find instantaneous current at t is equal to 3 seconds. Then find time at which current is 0. Find time when current is 0. निहार एवरेज करंट कितना आ रहा है? निहार सो गया.
Sir, I'm there.
कितना आ रहा है एवरेज करंट?
Yes.
ऋषित एवरेज करंट कितना आ रहा है? How much? 10? 3. See 3 seconds पे चार्ज आ रहा है 4 ना. 9 minus 3 6 minus 2 4. और 0 seconds पे चार्ज आ रहा है -2. ठीक है, ये क्लियर है? Okay. So 4 minus minus 2, that will be 6/3, तो 2 एम्पियर आ जाएगा यहाँ पे एवरेज करेंट। अच्छा, डाउट्स है तो रोक के पूछ ले कि मुझे समझ में नहीं आया, जैसे कि हाँ समझ में नहीं आया सर, ब्रो सर बता दो, ब्रो नहीं सर। ओके, इंस्टेंटेनियस करंट तो डिफरेंशिएट करना पड़ेगा। ये नहीं यार, कैमरा बंद करके बैठ जाता है, फिर से गोलगप्पे लेके और गोलगप्पे खाते रहते हैं। ओके, करंट डिफरेंशिएट करना है। अदिति टेल मी द डिफरेंशिएशन ऑफ दिस।
So 2t minus
2t minus 1. So if you have to find current at 3 seconds, I'll just put 3 in here. So कितना current आ जाएगा? Current at 3 seconds will be
5 ampere.
5 ampere is correct. Third case where you have to find the time when current is 0. What will be the time?
So 0.5 seconds.
0.5 second is correct. Current को 0 put कर देना है. So 2t minus 1 is equal to 0. That will give you t is equal to half or 0.5 second. So यहाँ पे हम करंट को चार्ज से रिलेट कर रहे थे, एंड करंट इज बेसिकली फ्लो ऑफ चार्ज। इससे पहले वाला जो चैप्टर था दैट वाज इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक्स। इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक्स हम हमेशा बात करते थे जब चार्ज रेस्ट पे हो। हियर चार्ज वाज ऑलवेज एट रेस्ट। या मूव भी कराते थे तो वी मेड श्योर कि एक पॉइंट से दूसरे पॉइंट तक बहुत धीरे धीरे ले जा रहे हैं। बट इन करंट इलेक्ट्रिसिटी चार्ज इज मूविंग। चार्ज मूव करता है तो और भी इफेक्ट्स आते हैं जो हम फर्दर चैप्टर्स में देखेंगे, बट अभी हम वो इफेक्ट्स इग्नोर करेंगे। सो करंट इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, जो द इफेक्ट दैट आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट इज कॉल्ड मैग्नेटिज्म। जब चार्ज मूव करता है तो मैग्नेटिक फील्ड जनरेट होता है। सो करंट इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, चार्ज इज मूविंग, एंड वी आर गोइंग टू एनालाइज हाउ द चार्जेस मूव इनसाइड द कंडक्टर। अभी तक हमने देखा चार्ज अगर बाहर मूव कर रहा है, यू कैन जस्ट राइट डेल्टा क्यू बाय डेल्टा टी फॉर फाइंडिंग द एवरेज करंट and dq by dt for finding the instantaneous current. But in this chapter, we are mainly going to analyze how does charge flows inside a conductor. Conductor के अंदर there are many things, charges जो free हैं, then there are protons, electrons, nucleus, other electrons. So how does the motion happens, that we're going to learn here. And of course, current is a scalar quantity, although it has direction and magnitude. Means current is scalar, but see it has direction, no? It is flowing from one direction to other. अगर यहाँ से करंट आ रहा है I1, यहाँ से करंट आ रहा है I2, then the net current I is equal to I1 plus I2. So current के पास डायरेक्शन और मैग्नीट्यूड दोनों है, but still it is a scalar quantity because it does not follow vector law of addition. Scalar addition होता है इसमें, इसलिए this is a scalar. That's why this is a scalar. Okay. And okay, note it down first. कई सारे ऐसे क्वांटिटीज है जिनके पास डायरेक्शन और मैग्नीट्यूड होता है but they are not vectors because they do not follow vector law of addition, and one of this example is current. That is why current is a scalar quantity although it has magnitude and direction. एक डायरेक्शन होता है जिसमें ये फ्लो करता है. नोट कर लिया? डन? ओके ओके. सी अभी तक जो पढ़ा वो तो बच्चों वाला था, एलकेजी में पढ़ा था पहले ही, मतलब 10th में पढ़ा था पहले ही. अभी we are going to start something new and this term कोई भी टॉपिक स्टार्ट करते हैं तो सबसे पहले उसकी टर्मिनोलॉजी पढ़ते हैं. कोई भी लैंग्वेज सीखते हैं तो सबसे पहले उसके वर्ड सीखते हैं. तो वैसे करंट इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पढ़ते टाइम we learn some new word and first is after current, charge and time, next word is current density. So current density is defined as a ratio of current to the area. Okay, right, note it down. Write it down. Current density at a point in a conductor, current density at a point in a conductor is the ratio of current at that point.
Sir, could you please repeat?
Current
No.
density at a point. Current density at a point in a conductor is the ratio of current at that point. Is the ratio of current at that point in the conductor. To the area of cross section. To the area of cross section of the conductor at that point. To the area of cross section of the conductor at that point. So current density को डिनोट करते हैं हम J से. J is equal to current upon area. Current is current upon area. अच्छा, current density is a vector quantity. Current density is a vector quantity. Why? इसको बाद में समझेंगे. अभी कुछ और terms add करना है, उनको समझना है, then we can learn. Current density is vector. और वेरी स्मॉल रीजन मीन्स यहाँ पे रीजन एक समझ सकते हैं कि करंट एक एरिया के परपेंडिकुलर फ्लो कर रहा है. करंट जो है एरिया के परपेंडिकुलर फ्लो कर रहा है एंड दैट इज व्हाई करंट डेंसिटी हैज डायरेक्शन. दैट इज व्हाई करंट डेंसिटी हैज अ डायरेक्शन. इसका डायरेक्शन एरिया के परपेंडिकुलर होता है. अगर इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक्स पढ़ा था तो वहां पे एरिया वेक्टर होता था. सो एरिया वाज अ वेक्टर. सो दिस इज द डायरेक्शन ऑफ करंट डेंसिटी. अभी इसके बाद इसकी और एनालिसिस करेंगे. एंड आफ्टर लर्निंग करंट डेंसिटी वी आर गोइंग टू लर्न कि कंडक्टर्स में इलेक्ट्रॉन्स कैसे फ्लो करते हैं. So put your pen down now, pay attention to what I'm saying here. So flow of charge in metals or conductors. So कोई भी कंडक्टर हो, मोस्टली we can talk about metal. So metal में सेंटर पे न्यूक्लियस होता है, पॉजिटिवली चार्ज्ड, एंड there are bound electrons and free electrons. एटम ऐसा दिखता नहीं है बट ऐसा यूजुअली ड्रॉ करते हैं. So there will be some bound electrons Actually, there are many bound electrons. Most of the electrons are bound. कुछ ही free होते हैं. And some outer वाले जो मस्त बाहर जाके घूम सकते हैं. These are called free electrons. Free electrons की लाइफ बड़ी अच्छी है. कभी इस एटम की कभी उस एटम की कहीं भी जाके रह सकते हैं वो. But bound electrons जो अंदर inner shell वाले electrons है, they will be bound to the nucleus. And in metals or in conductors, there are many free electrons. Many free electrons. The free electrons, they are free to move anywhere. So what happens? Suppose there is a conductor, और अभी इस पे कोई एक्सटर्नल बैटरी या कोई पोटेंशियल कनेक्ट नहीं किया गया. It is just a conductor. So electrons के पास एनर्जी होती है because there is a temperature. They have temperature. So metal has temperature. So electrons have their kinetic energy. So electrons can move. But when they start moving from one direction to other, तो बीच में they will collide with atoms. मैं atom बहुत बड़ा बना रहा हूँ, इतना बड़ा atom नहीं होता. But think of electron is really small. And atoms are everywhere. They are ready to block its path. And that is why when electron tries to go in from one direction to other direction, it just collides with the atom. Atom से collision का मतलब है कि other electrons will be repelling it. And it is trying to go there, but it will be deflected. So its path will be very random. हर जगह इसको धक्का मिला लाइफ में. So it just goes on moving like forth and back in the random direction. So the motion of electron is very random. किसी एक डायरेक्शन में नहीं जा रही है. एक बार में कभी फ्रंट कभी बैक like this. And अगर ये सपोज आगे भी मूव कर रहा है for some time being, तो ये करंट कंस्टिट्यूट कर सकता है. मींस दिस सिंगल इलेक्ट्रॉन कैन कंस्टिट्यूट करंट बिकॉज ये टाइम ये डिस्टेंस बहुत ही स्मॉल होता है, सो टाइम बिटवीन कोलिजन बहुत ही स्मॉल होता है. ओके, सो ये सिंगल इलेक्ट्रॉन कैन मे कंस्टिट्यूट एन इलेक्ट्रिक करंट. सो ध्यान रखना अभी पोटेंशियल इलेक्ट्रिक देयर इज नो नेट इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड, नो एक्सटर्नल पोटेंशियल या नो एक्सटर्नल फील्ड. ओके, सिंपल एक कंडक्टर रखा हुआ है और इलेक्ट्रॉन ऐसे फोर्थ एंड बैक कोलिजन कर रहा है, हर जगह कोलिजन कर रहा है. ऐसे if I take another electron, it will take another path. So all the electrons, they have this random directions of flow, random direction of motion, and that is why even though electrons are moving, the net current is zero. In this case, the net current is zero. Because जो sum of motions है, that is, there is no net motion. एक single electron का net motion हो रहा है, let us say from here to here, but at the same time there are millions, billions and more than that electrons which are just moving in random directions. And that is why a free and a conductor जिसके पास कोई external field नहीं है, it will not have a net current even though the electron is free to move. Understood? Okay, note this down. Noted? Okay. Okay, write it down, right? Electrons in a conductor move at high velocities. Electrons in a conductor move at high velocities. Of the order of 10 raised to 5 meter per second. Of the order of 10 raised to 5 meter per second. But they undergo collisions with the metallic ions. But they undergo collision with the metallic ions. After each collision, the direction of motion changes. After each collision, the direction of motion changes. And after many such collisions, the net displacement of the electron is small. And after many such collisions, the net displacement of the electrons is small. Okay, next paragraph, right? The average distance moved by a free electron, the average distance moved by a free electron between two successive collisions is called mean free path. Then the average time interval, next line, the average time interval between two successive collisions, the average time interval between two successive collisions is called the relaxation time. Is called the relaxation time. So these are two new terms, mean free path and relaxation time. First, let us understand what do they mean. So definition you have already written, but see, suppose an electron is following this path. So they are colliding. जहाँ पे भी sharp point दिख रहा है, they are वहाँ पे collision हो चुके हैं. Electron was initially here, now it is at this point. Now, while going from this point to this point, it was free, as in it was not colliding. When it was not colliding, this length or this distance is called as a free path. This is called as the free path. We can call this free path as, let us say, L1. And then again, यहाँ से यहाँ तक में collision हुआ, and between that time it was free. So let us call that time to be L2. Then यहाँ पे distance between two collision was L3, L4, L5. In सारे distances का average लिया, then that is called the mean free path. Not only 5, ऐसे बहुत सारे collisions हो उनका average लिया तो it will be called the mean free path. And again, distance, the time taken between two collisions is called the relaxation time. So in सारे times का average लिया, then you will get the relaxation time. tau 1, tau 2, tau 3, tau 4, tau 5. So relaxation time is the average of all these times. Is that clear? Okay. Okay, then write it down. There is no net motion of the free electrons in any particular direction. There is no net motion of the free electrons hello. There is no net motion of the free electrons in any particular direction and therefore net current is 0. And therefore net current is 0. Therefore the net current is 0. Okay, so this is when you have not connected the conductor to an external electric field. If external potential से नहीं connect किया गया. If suppose in the next case you have a conductor and you're connecting it to a external potential. Potential के लिए you can connect it with a battery. So battery, how it works and details of that we'll be learning in this chapter only. So right now what I have, suppose there is a surface A and there is a surface B, then potential difference is, you can say, it is from B to A, or VB minus VA has a potential difference of V. So B पे higher potential है. Okay, so B पे higher potential है. So if there is an electron, so ये किधर flow करने का try करेगा? It will be from B to A or A to B. In which direction will it flow? Rishit, what do you think? B पे potential ज़्यादा है A से. So B to A flow करेगा या A to B flow करेगा? Electron. Any student?
B to
B to A. Any other student? दो ही ऑप्शन है, गेस कर सकते हैं. B to A. और कोई? अच्छा पूरा, what is the reason B to A?
From higher potential to lower potential.
Higher potential to lower potential. बात तो सही की, but that thing is true for positive charges ना. हमारे पास
सर इलेक्ट्रिक इलेक्ट्रॉन है ना, तो फिर उल्टा होगा ना.
हाँ, that is what I was saying. अच्छा, see,
Okay.
potential is from higher at B. That means electric field will be from B to A. Electric field will be from B to A. Right? Electric field is from B to A. Then electron पे force लगता है from A to B. That is opposite to the direction of current. Force की value I can write it as charge into current. अच्छा, suppose conductor का length दिया हुआ है L. So I can relate the electric field and potential. So E is equal to V upon L. E is equal to V upon L by magnitude. And अगर force निकालना चाहते हैं on electron, force on electron, so force on electron लिख सकते हैं charge into E, that is E times E. From Newton's law, F is equal to ma. So electron का acceleration आ जाएगा E by m. Small e into capital E by m. What is m? M is mass of electron. Okay, और E यहाँ से put कर दिया तो we can get the acceleration as E v by ml. This will be the acceleration of electrons. Or acceleration, direction of acceleration will be from left towards right. Direction of acceleration is from left towards right. But here also there will be random motion. Electrons will not travel in straight line. It will have a random motion. But because it has acceleration in one direction, यहाँ पे net motion zero नहीं होता है. Okay, because there is acceleration in one direction, the net motion is not zero. If I draw the diagram, then I'll be dictating what to write. Draw the diagram, write the relations. Here we found out कि अगर conductor में potential drop V है, conductor का length L है, then what is the acceleration of the electron in the conductor? Draw the diagram, note down the equations. Noted? Okay. Now see, अभी यहाँ पे acceleration है, so that is why there is a net motion. And वो net motion calculate करने के लिए there is a complicated method जो हम यहाँ पे नहीं पढ़ने वाले. A qualitative idea I am giving you. There's a branch of physics known as statistical physics. Physics, where we actually calculate what is the acceleration and relate it to velocity. But think of it here like this. There are many electrons and they are moving in random direction, but their net motion is in the forward direction. So call this velocity, call its net velocity as v1, and time taken to move is tau1. ऐसे दूसरा electron भी है, it will just follow random direction, and it has traveled for tau2. So tau1 इसका relaxation time है, and tau2 is relaxation time of second electron. ठीक है, call this ये electron 1 था, ये उसका brother electron 2 है. So we are getting their individual speeds. This is called the speeds of the electron. So क्योंकि tau1 time तक के लिए, for this small time tau1, the electron is free to move in acceleration. It is not colliding. It is not undergoing collision. So we can relate the velocity and time like this. V is equal to u plus at होता है. Initial velocity, let us assume कि 0 है. So we can write v1 is equal to u plus a tau1, u is 0. So v1 is equal to a tau1. Similarly, second electron के लिए v2 is equal to a tau2. एंड थर्ड इलेक्ट्रॉन के लिए v3 is equal to a tau 3 like this. there are जितने भी इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है सबका एवरेज ले लेते हैं, जितने भी इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है सबके लिए लिख सकते हैं ये. दैट इज एक्सेलरेशन इनटू द रिलैक्सेशन टाइम. रिलैक्सेशन टाइम क्यों यूज कर रहे हैं? बिकॉज इन ड्यूरिंग द रिलैक्सेशन टाइम इट वाज नॉट कोलाइडिंग. रिलैक्सेशन टाइम वो फ्री टाइम है जब तक वो कोलाइड नहीं कर रहा है. And if I suppose add all of these quantities, v1 plus v2 plus से लेकर vn तक, I can write this as a into tau 1 plus tau 2 से लेकर tau n तक. This can be written, and all this individual velocities are of no use to us. What we want is a net velocity. What we want is a net velocity. So to get that, we divide this whole thing by the number of electrons which are free. I should write capital N. So इस पूरी क्वांटिटी को हम कहते हैं, it is called the drift speed. It is called the drift speed. And इस पूरे टाइम को हम कहते हैं एवरेज रिलैक्सेशन टाइम. एवरेज रिलैक्सेशन टाइम. सी ये सब नाम है, नाम याद रखना जरूरी है. जस्ट लाइक कोई भी लैंग्वेज समझना है तो उसके वर्ड्स याद करने होते हैं. एग्जैक्टली हियर यहाँ पे you have to learn these words. So first I will tell you average relaxation time. So first वाला let us say tau 1 टाइम के लिए रिलैक्स कर रहा है, सेकंड वाला tau 2 टाइम के लिए रिलैक्स कर रहा है. रिलैक्स कर रहा है मतलब ऐसे नहीं चिल बीच पे मस्त बैठा है, सन बाथ ले रहा है. रिलैक्स कर रहा है मींस कोलिजन नहीं हो रहा. ओके, मींस इट इज ट्रैवलिंग फ्रॉम फर्स्ट कोलिजन से लेकर सेकंड कोलिजन तक जो टाइम है दैट इज कॉल्ड इट्स रिलैक्सेशन टाइम. ऐसे सारे रिलैक्सेशन टाइम का एवरेज ले लिया जाए, so that is called average relaxation time. Average relaxation time. And tau 1 relaxation time में electron 1 was traveling by v1 distance. Sorry, it has v1 velocity. ऐसे सारे speeds का हम average ले रहे हैं, सारे speeds का average ले रहे हैं, means means electrons are just moving in random direction. All the electrons are just moving in the forward, backward ऐसे. But धीरे धीरे they are moving in the forward direction. Okay, assume it like this कि there are many means बहुत ही dense traffic है और traffic में बहुत slow movement हो रहे हैं. Although cars are not moving forward, means the whole traffic is means car बहुत ही धीरे धीरे आगे बढ़ रहे हैं, but whole traffic is moving very slowly in the forward direction. Okay, means suppose there are different cars. So some cars are tightly packed, तो ये move नहीं कर सकते आगे. So ये पहले move कर गया, फिर ये बाद में आया move किया, ये पहले move कर गया. कुछ cars move ही नहीं कर सकते. But if you talk about the whole traffic is moving in the forward direction slowly. Although कुछ cars move कर रहे हैं, कुछ cars आगे move कर रहे हैं, कुछ cars बहुत धीरे move कर रहे हैं, the whole traffic is moving in the forward direction. Similarly, यहाँ पे forth and back motion हो रहा है. So although कुछ electrons they are just vibrating, but बहुत ही धीरे धीरे आगे move कर रहे हैं, and their net motion is causing a speed that is called the drift speed. Fast and Furious वाला drift नहीं करा रहे हैं इसमें, they are just drifting forward. जो net motion है that is in the forward direction. So that is called the drift speed. Note this down. Then कोई भी doubt है just ask. Note this down. Clear होना चाहिए relaxation time क्या है, average relaxation time क्या है. V1 actual speed है, then जो drift speed है वो actual speed नहीं है, that is just speed of drifting of electrons. Electrons are drifting in the direction of opposite to the electric field. नोट कर लिया? Okay, so we write this formula: drift speed is equal to acceleration into average relaxation time. Okay, so this relation you must remember, that Vd is equal to acceleration into relaxation time, and acceleration find out कर सकते हैं अगर electric field E है, then force is equal to mass into acceleration. Force की value हो जाएगी charge into the electric field. So E is equal to mass into acceleration. From here you get acceleration is equal to E by m. So we can write this as Vd is equal to E by m into tau. This quantity E by m, this is called mobility. So drift velocity by the relaxation time, that is E by m. This quantity is called the mobility. I represent it like this: mobility of electron. Mobility of electrons. इसको ग्रीक लेटर म्यू से डिनोट करते हैं, म्यू सबस्क्रिप्ट ई. Note this. Okay, right? Right. In a conductor, when electric field is applied, in a conductor, when electric field is applied, that is, when external potential is given, the external potential is given, it provides an accelerated motion to the electrons it provides accelerated motion to the electrons for their individual relaxation time. For their individual relaxation time. Full stop. But there is no net accelerated motion of the electrons. But there is no net accelerated motion of the electrons. There is no net accelerated motion of the electrons. The external electric field simply gives the electron a drift. Simply gives the electrons a drift that is a small constant velocity. That is a small constant velocity of the order of, that is a small constant velocity of the order of few millimeter per second, along the length of the wire, of the order of few millimeter per second along the length of the wire opposite to the electric field. Opposite to the electric field. Okay. Next, write mobility of electrons. The definition: mobility of electrons characterizes how quickly an electron can move through a metallic conductor. How quickly an electron can move through a metallic conductor or a semiconductor. How quickly an electron can move through the metallic conductor.
So a metallic conductor, that's it, right?
Metallic conductor or semiconductor. Okay, so we have learned two relations. First is the drift velocity is equal to acceleration into relaxation time, or mobility into relaxation time. And later we'll derive this relation. Vd is equal to J upon Ne. We'll derive this relation later. J is the current density. N is number of electrons per unit volume. Number of free electrons. Number of free electrons per unit volume. इस रिलेशन को डिराइव करेंगे, अभी के लिए बस यूज करना है, so I'm stating it here. E is charge on electron. Charge on electron. So Vd is J upon Ne. So from here I can write the mobility mu e as VD upon tau and VD can be written as J upon NE. Okay, there is a small mistake that happened. VD is A tau. That is okay. Okay, wait. There is a small correction here. Mobility is defined as E tau by m. Mobility is defined as E tau by m. VD will be written as E by m into tau. This will be rearranged like this: E tau by m into E. So from here, E tau by m divided by E. So VD upon E. So E tau by m is called the mobility of electrons. Do correct this. E tau by m is called the mobility, where tau is the relaxation time, average relaxation time. VD is equal to J upon NE. That is correct. So I can write mobility is VD upon E. Mobility mu E is equal to VD upon E, VD upon E. So VD can be written as J upon NE. So, okay, one is this relation that you have to remember. Another is this, for mobility of electrons. And then we have mobility of electrons related with current density. Current density J upon NE. J upon NEA. And is number of free electrons per unit volume. E is charge on electron and current density. J is the current density. इसको भी derive करेंगे current density वाला formula से. I made a correction here. Make sure you write it correctly here. VD, that is drift velocity per unit electric field. Drift velocity or drift speed divided by the electric field, that is called the mobility. That is called the mobility. So drift velocity जितना ज़्यादा होगा उतना mobility ज़्यादा होगा. And electric field जितना कम होगा mobility उतना ज़्यादा होगा. Noted? Okay. Okay, let us now derive this relation. J is equal to NEA. ये वाला relation derive करते हैं. J is J upon NE. So drift velocity वो average velocity है जिससे electron flow कर रहा है. Means अभी after defining drift velocity, you don't have to worry about the random motion. You can just assume कि कुछ electrons they are just moving with drift velocity in the forward direction. They are just moving with the drift velocity in the forward direction. So actual mechanism बहुत ही complex है, but इसको simplify करके we have made it into a simple mechanism. So drift velocity, you can assume that all the electrons are moving with drift velocity now. Okay. Now see, if suppose this is the cross section and this is cross sectional area, and let us say इसमें ढेर सारे electrons है, and we'll write n is the number of free electrons per unit volume. N is number of free electrons per unit volume. Per unit volume. Vd is the drift velocity. A is the cross-sectional area. A is the cross-sectional area. And we can take the length of the conductor to be L. And let us take current density. Current density to be J. Current density क्या है? Current per unit area. Current per unit area. So I can write the current will be equal to current density into area. A is area of cross section. Like this we can write. Now see, इस cross section से n number of electrons flow कर रहे हैं per unit volume. N number of electrons are passing through this cross section per unit time. So what is the number of electrons? That is n per unit volume. If I want to find the charge passing through this area, charge passing through area A, that can be written as number of free electrons per unit volume into the volume. Volume हो जाएगा A into L, right? इतना चार्ज पास हो रहा होगा, इतने number of electrons पास हो रहे होंगे. And if I want to find the number of amount of charge, so I'll just multiply this whole quantity by E, because each charge is an electron. Is this okay? Charge passing through A will be number of electrons, free electrons per unit volume multiplied by the volume into the number of free electrons. So if I want to write the current, current will be charge passing through A per unit time. Charge passing through A per unit time. That is N ALE upon time taken is T. Abhi see, Vd is drift velocity, that is the speed with which the electrons are drifting. So I can write Vd is equal to L upon T. अगर electrons का drift velocity Vd है, then L length travel करने में जो time लगेगा, that will be L by Vd. I can put T in here. So N AL E divided by L by Vd. T यहाँ पे subscript है. So this will give you LL cancel out हो गया. So current is N E A Vd. Current is N E A Vd. Charge per unit time है. Charge is N AL into E and time is ये length cross करने में कितना time लगेगा इलेक्ट्रॉन को. अब हमने एज्यूम कर लिया कि इलेक्ट्रॉन ड्रिफ्ट वेलोसिटी से ही ट्रैवल करते हैं, ऑल्दो दैट इज नॉट द केस. Drift velocity is the average velocity of सारा electron, but we can calculate time using that. Note this. ये derivation भी याद रखना है besides the formula. Noted? Okay. So we got the relation between I and drift velocity, current and drift velocity. I is NEA VD. VD याद रहता है, एरिया भी याद रहता है, E भी याद रहता है, I भी याद रहता है, N लोग भूल जाते हैं स्टूडेंट्स. So N is number of free electrons per unit volume. Per unit volume. Achha, then we have the current density. Current density is current per unit area. So इसको लिख सकते हैं NEVD. So current density is NEVD. And drift velocity is a vector quantity. और क्योंकि current का direction is opposite to the direction of the drift velocity, so I'll write J vector is minus NEVD. J vector is minus NEVD. So अभी तक जो formulas लिखे हैं derive किए that I will write together. First is average current. Average current का formula was delta Q by delta T. Then instantaneous current. That is written as dq by dt. Then for current density, current density is current upon area. Then relation between acceleration and potential, that was EV by ml. Then drift velocity and relaxation time, that was PD equals to A tau. Then mobility is equal to mu is drift velocity upon the electric field. So mu is also written as E tau by n. Then for current, it is written as NE area into drift velocity. J is just equal to N E VD. अगर वेक्टर फॉर्म में लिखना चाहे तो दोनों पे वेक्टर ऐड कर सकते हैं, बट नेगेटिव साइन लगाना पड़ेगा यहाँ पे. एंड मोबिलिटी के लिए फिर ये रिलेशन के बाद एक और रिलेशन आता है, मोबिलिटी इज J/N/E/E। ठीक है, तो जो फॉर्मूला टेस्ट होगा उसमें ये क्वेश्चंस पूछे जाएंगे, ये सारे फॉर्मूलाज। कल का फॉर्मूला टेस्ट तो इट विल बी ऑन कैपेसिटर, सेम 10 minutes 10 क्वेश्चन। कल का फॉर्मूला टेस्ट विल बी ऑन कैपेसिटर। नेक्स्ट वाला जो फॉर्मूला टेस्ट होगा दैट विल बी ऑन दिस इलेक्ट्रिसिटी। Okay, we'll come back to this quantities. After this, we'll study electric resistance. So electric resistance, as you know, is for a conductor is defined as the ratio of potential to the current. The ratio of potential to the current. Okay, this formula is valid for conductors. So write the ratio of the potential difference to the current. The ratio of the potential difference to the current is called the resistance R of the conductor. The ratio of potential difference to the current is called the resistance of the conductor. ये exactly same है जो 10th standard में पढ़ा होगा. The ratio of potential, right? The ratio of potential difference. The ratio of the potential difference to the current the ratio of potential difference to the current is called the electric resistance of the conductor. It's called the electric resistance of the conductor. Nihar and Rishit, your cameras are off again. So the unit of resistance is ohm, written by this omega sign, capital omega, read as ohm, and this is 1 volt per ampere. So other units are mega ohm, kilo ohm, giga ohm. Okay, these are the common units of resistance. Sometimes smaller units are also written like milliohm and micro ohm. And if you want to write the dimensions of ohm, so 1 ohm, that is 1 ohm, that is equal to volt per ampere, 1 volt per 1 ampere. वोल्ट को लिख सकते हैं जूल पर कूलम. So this will be 1 joule divided by 1 ampere into 1 coulomb. So joule is again Newton meter and coulomb को लिख सकते हैं ampere meter, ampere second. Coulomb is ampere second. So Newton is ml t raised to minus 2 into meter, that is L, divided by ampere square, and second is time. So if you want to write the dimensions of ohm, it will be ml square t raised to minus 3 a minus 2. And you also studied the Ohm's law. Can anybody tell me the Ohm's law? The statement for it? Tell me क्या बोल सकते हैं Ohm's law को? सबने पढ़ा हुआ है. Apurav? Tell me the Ohm's law.
Current is inversely proportional to resistance.
Current is inversely proportional to resistance. ठीक है, जो statement बोला वो तो current है, वो तो correct है.
नहीं ये ओम्स लॉ नहीं है, वो पोटेंशियल और इसका है करंट.
Yeah. So you should say it like this: ki the
Directly
ratio of, the ratio of current to the potential difference remains constant. Okay, the ratio of potential difference applied. Right. The Ohm's law. ये statement important है, board exam से बहुत बार पूछा जाता है. The ratio of potential difference applied at the ends of a conductor the ratio of potential difference applied at the ends of a conductor the ratio of potential difference applied to the ends of the conductor to the current flowing through it is constant. To the current flowing through it is a constant. To the current flowing through it is a constant. It is only valid. ये Ohm's law नहीं है, just write it. Ohm's law is only valid for good conductors, that is metallic conductors. Ohm's law is only valid for metallic conductors and not a universal law. Ohm's law is only valid for metallic conductors and not a universal law.
Sir, not a
Universal. Universe से universal. अच्छा, यूनिवर्सल लॉज मतलब हमेशा वैलिड होने वाले लॉज, जैसे ग्रेविटेशन लॉ है या कूलम्स लॉ है, दे आर ऑलवेज वैलिड. कोई भी कंडीशन ले लिया, चार्ज पास रख दिया, दूर रख दिया, पीछे मटेरियल डाल दिया, कोई भी मटेरियल यूज कर लिया, दे आर ऑलवेज वैलिड. बट ओम्स लॉ इज नॉट अ यूनिवर्सल लॉ, इट इज वैलिड ओनली फॉर गुड कंडक्टर्स और मेटालिक कंडक्टर्स. गुड कंडक्टर्स में भी सुपर कंडक्टर्स के लिए ये अच्छा रिजल्ट नहीं देगा. इट विल नॉट होल्ड ट्रू फॉर सुपर कंडक्टर्स. And therefore इसका ग्राफ भी ड्रॉ करना है. The graph is like this, IV का graph, and write V by I as a constant, and this constant is known as resistance. This constant is called resistance for conductors which follow Ohm's law. This is resistance for conductors which follow Ohm's law. So there can be conductors, या तो फिर उनको resistors बोल सकते हैं, जिनको हम बोलते हैं नॉन ओमिक रेजिस्टेंसेस. Non-ohmic resistances. So non-ohmic resistances में graph can be different from the general graph. So IV graph will not be straight line for these cases. IV graph can be like this, or it can be like this. Straight line होना जरूरी नहीं है. And for these cases we calculate something called as dynamic resistance. Dynamic means change हो रहा है. At each and every point, it is changing. Dynamic resistance. So dynamic resistance ऐसे calculate करते हैं per unit change in current, per unit change in voltage upon per unit change in time. So इसके लिए if you want to calculate the dynamic resistance, RD, that will be change in potential, that is AB upon change in current, BC. Change in current, change in potential upon change in current. So dynamic resistance को हम लिखते हैं delta V by delta I. इस केस में भी delta V by delta I. So this is delta V, this is delta I. Then you can write this as dynamic resistance, delta V, delta I. This is delta V by delta I. That is called the dynamic resistance. Okay. That will be all for today.